Hey, good morning, Bella Vista. It's time to talk about it again. And I'm really excited. I have some great guests today, and I'm going to hopefully say these names right. My guest today is Matt Taliaferro. Did I do it?
You did it great. Absolutely.
CEO of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Benton County.
Yes, ma'am.
And a fabulous person I met the other day because I toured the facility here in Bella Vista. And this is Kari Fletcher. Director of Operations
Yes, ma'am.
for Benton County.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. But you hang out a lot at Bella Vista?
All of them.
All of them.
All of
Absolutely.
them. Okay, so let's get started. This was really fun. I enjoy going out ahead of time, and actually, that's why you're here.
Yeah. That's how I got tricked.
That's how you got tricked. That's right. So Matt, would you give us a little bit of a high-level umbrella thing about the Boys and Girls Club and where you fit in?
Sure. So the Boys and Girls Club of America is a national nonprofit. It's been serving kids for over 150 years. And so they have over 5,000 club locations across the country. Boys and Girls Club of Benton County, we are our own independent nonprofit. We are a part of the larger national organization. We have five of the 5,000 clubhouses around the country.
Okay.
Yes.
But I understand you're getting ready to expand that 5.
We are. So here in about 3 weeks at the start of this coming school year, we have entered into an amazing partnership with the Rogers Public School District, and we are going to be transitioning to take over their after-school program in 14 of their elementary schools starting this fall here in this new school year. And so, yes, we have 5 traditional club locations currently today, of which Bella Vista is one, and then we're going to go from 5 to 19 very quickly.
So when did you start hiring for all this help? Are you taking over the facilities that are already there?
So these 14 new locations are going to be inside of the elementary school, right? So the school district was extremely gracious in letting us use their facilities. So we'll have the cafeteria, the gym, the playground to use, and we've hired on as many of the previous staff that were running their after-school program onto our organization, and so that gave us a leg up. But we are actively hiring and searching for our program staff for those 14 sites. Absolutely.
That kind of gives me a nice segue into what we talked about the other day. Tell us a little bit of your history. You kind of started as one of those kiddos.
I did. Well, yeah, I wasn't a kid. I'm originally from Peerage, so I'm from the area. So I started right when I graduated high school as a YDC, our Youth Development Coordinator. So that's our staff that's on the floor with the kids daily, all through college, and then have been here ever since. So I was 21 years as of middle of May. So
that you worked for the Boys?
That I've worked for the Boys and Girls Club of Benton County.
You're only 12. How can that be?
I wish that was the case. So yes, once I turned 18, this has just been my passion. So.
And what motivated you? Just like, I want to continue?
So I always wanted to be a teacher growing up, and so obviously working for kids and then going through college. And I don't know, I just fell in love with it, and I realized I could make the same impact through the nonprofit as I could as a teacher, and it kind of lined up, and it's just worked out for me.
Yeah.
So now we have kids that were club kids when they were little, and now their kids are coming, so that's a little weird to see, but
I know,
it's
your
nice.
mother.
Yeah, your mom. Yeah, it always freaks the kids out. They're always like, what?
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
nice.
Matt, how long have you been with the organization now?
So I started pre-pandemic. I've been at the organization about 4.5 years now. And I came from the for-profit sector. I worked, Walmart brought me here to this community, to Northwest Arkansas. And when I heard about the position that was open at the Boys and Girls Club and the mission and what they do and how they serve the community, it was just, it felt right.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine being anywhere else. I love what I do.
So let's hone in a little bit on Bella Vista. What you open? How early in the morning?
So in the summer and then full day, so spring break or any day they're out of school, we're 7:30 to 5:30. We provide breakfast, lunch, and a snack for all the kids. In the summer we go on field trips once a week. In the school year we are right after school till 7 p.m. and we provide dinner and snack for that as well.
So The rest of Benton County location, you work at all of them, so everything is kind of the same, the hours, or you have different hours at different places?
The hours are the same.
Most of the hours are pretty much the same. Our school sites will only be open till 6, just so the janitors can clean and things like that for the school. But for the most part, all of our 5 traditional sites all run the same.
Yeah.
Okay. And is there a special, you have to be special or have a need to come to this? How do people sign up to be for the home care? I mean, the care.
Child care.
Child care.
Facility. So we do take registration fees. We obviously want the kids that need us the most is who we want to meet. So we do offer scholarships for free and reduced kids and stuff like that. But we don't turn anyone away.
No, we serve all kids. I mean,
Okay.
that's our mission, and to serve the youth of Benton County. But yes, we are one of the we are the most affordable, to our knowledge, after school and summer program. And so, yes, we are there to help the families and the kids who need us the most.
Gotcha. So what age groups? What age?
6 years old to 18.
And you have man, that's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work.
And the new sites that we're opening up, you get anyone when you start kindergarten, you're eligible for the program. So
Okay.
the elementary school sites will be kindergarten through 5th grade. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think we have some really cool pictures here, and I know our dear graphics person here. Could we maybe jump right into that video if it's quick for you and easy, because this was amazing to me. This is one of the activities that kids do. Oh, here we go.
Yes.
Oh, the VR headset.
Oh my goodness, let's talk about that.
So that's part of our workforce readiness grant that we have. So it's modules that teach the kids about different careers and futures that they could have in the future. So the idea is for kids to start learning how, what they might want to be interested in for the future. So there's different modules, like they can work at a hotel, change the oil in a car and be a mechanic. I think our new modules are going to have like welding and just different job opportunities, just to kind of give them a perspective of what they might have opportunities to do in the future and what they might be interested in.
What was that young girl doing? Do you know?
I'm
Not
sure
changing
what
the oil in the car,
I'm
but
not sure what she was doing.
but
It's so funny watching the kids do it because, they create a space around for them, and then they'll be looking up and doing things. So, but it's all in a virtual reality type of world. So it's very realistic what they're doing. And Kari and I have both done modules in there where we mentioned like changing the oil, that as you go up and remove the filter and do various different things, you can see it all happen in real time. And then once you complete a module, the child will say whether or not they are interested in that particular career or not, and we track those. And so it's a great way for us to potentially have conversations with their parents to say, hey, your child was interested in so-and-so or what have you, and hopefully get them, wanting to learn more about these potential occupations.
oh, that is great. So you also do, well, let's talk about what you're about to do.
Okay. Yes, so at the Bella Vista with
Yes,
the
at the
rock
Bella Vista, the rock
the rock climbing wall. So we were approached by an amazing organization called One Climb, and they approached us and said, hey, we are interested in building or funding the building of a rock climbing wall.
I think we might have a picture of it
Yeah,
here in a minute.
and so I think that's a rendition of what it's going to look like, and so we toured all of our sites, and we
There you
chose
go.
Yeah.
we chose Bella Vista because our Bella Vista club is extremely special.
It's a very unique
It's a
club.
very unique club because of its location. It's right next to the mountain biking trails, and we've been running a mountain biking program at that club for a long time. The kids are very interested in being outdoors and being adventurous, and so it was a natural fit to choose that location for the rock climbing wall. The gym was perfect, the location. So the wall will go all the way from the floor to the ceiling.
They actually started construction on Monday, so it's coming up.
It's in the.
Is that little guy falling off of the wall?
So there'll be 5 what they call auto belay. If you know anything about climbing, typically if you don't have an auto belay, you have to have somebody down below manning the rope to make sure that you don't fall. This rock climbing wall will be outfitted with what they call auto belay. So all you do is the kids will put on the harness, they'll clip in, and then they can start climbing the wall without anybody holding the rope. If they let go of the wall, the auto belay device will slowly let them back down to the ground. It's extremely safe. And I mean, our goal is to introduce these kids to something that they would have never been able to do before, and to get them interested in going and doing these activities. I think it's going to be fantastic.
Do you know, you sound like you know a lot about wall climbing, rock climbing. Do you do that?
I've been in a previous life, yes. I was certified as a rock climbing instructor, and I don't do it anymore. I'm too old. But no, yes. Rock climbing is a passion of mine. I've been out and done rappelling and things like that, and to have these kids learn this and be exposed to this at this young age, I think is absolutely fantastic.
Oh, it is. It totally is. Are you going to try it out, Kari?
Well, I'm not big on heights, so I might try it once or twice, but
Yeah. Get
I'm
over
more
that
of a-
fear, Kari.
I'm more of an adventurous, like on solid ground. I'll climb rocks and stuff, but the rock walls kind of scare me a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. But also, one of the other things I think we've got other pictures here too. You've got something about bicycles, pedaling it forward. What's happening there?
So once we get the rock climbing wall built, once we get everything ready to go, the goal is for us to do a grand opening event, yes.
They love to ride the trails.
Yeah, the kids love to get on the mountain bikes and ride the trails. So we did receive a grant from the Ozark Outdoor Foundation, and the proposal was for us to work together with Pedal It Forward, another amazing nonprofit here in Northwest Arkansas, where we host what we're going to call a climb and ride event. The kids will come out, they'll get a chance to climb on the wall, they'll do various different, spend some time there, and then we will introduce them to mountain biking as well. If they already know how to ride, great. If we can, get them on a bike. And the goal for us with that particular grand opening event is for every kid to leave that day with a new bicycle. So
My goodness.
The goal's 30 to 40 kids, I believe.
there's a lot of work to be done between now and then. Like Kari mentioned, the wall is under construction, but it's going to be great. Just like I said, it's all the work is in progress, and then we have to find the appropriate time in order to be able to figure out when the kids are going to come.
Sure, absolutely. You know, Kari, you were telling me the other day too that, especially with after-school care and things like that, that you actually have facilities and part of the program for kids to do their homework.
Yes, that's Power Hour is our homework program, and we also do a lot of like education things like iReady, iMath. It's games they can play on the computer that just help them stay at grade level. But yeah, we highly want to be there to help them in their education to improve. So if parents or counselors reach out to us and says, hey, little Johnny is struggling in math, like we can pull little Johnny aside and help him.
Teach him the new math that adults can't do.
Can't do, yeah. Do all that, yeah. So that's our goal, is to help kids.
Yeah. So how many helpers, employees, or whatever they are they volunteers? Are they employees at Bella Vista in particular?
At our Bella Vista site, I think we have roughly, well, in the summer our numbers are a little higher because they're full days. So in the summer we have about 10 to 12 staff at that club, and in the school year, I think we're closer to like 7 or 8 staff.
So
College kids, you have to be 18 or older.
to help out?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and I'm sure they're checked out thoroughly
Yes.
before.
We have background checks, a whole training process that we have to go through.
Gotcha. Okay, so let's start putting some information up on the screen. Are you full, first of all? Do you still have some openings right now?
So we actually just started after school registration the Monday after 4th of July. So
Yeah. So you still have some openings?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's, if we could, put up some contact information on the screen, but let's also talk about it. Whichever one of you, if they wanted to come to the Bella Vista one in particular, who would they contact? Does it all go into a central place?
We have a website.
There you go.
It's www.bgcbentoncounty.org. And when you go to the website there, right now, because we're opening up the new sites, there'll be 2 different ways to, so there'll be the Rogers Public School sites that you go into that lists all the elementary schools there, and then what we call our traditional sites, of which Bella Vista is one. You just click on that, and there's a button there that says register. It'll take you to the registration page, and you fill out all the information, and then you're good to go. It's very simple.
Yeah. Do you regularly fill up? Are there usually
Our
spots?
school years, we usually always have spots more available because we do go a certain percentage over our capacity because some kids only come Tuesday, Thursday. It's just based on the needs of the parents, so we're kind
Oh.
of flexible. They don't have to attend every day. So our school year registration hardly ever fills up completely.
At the Bella Vista Club.
At the Bella Vista Club.
But any of the clubs.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
so, but we run as close to what we consider to be capacity as much as we can, because we want to help as many kids as we can. But we have a strict staff to kid ratio that we have to maintain, right? So that's a big safety thing, and so. Based upon the number of kids depends upon the number of employees that we hire and vice versa, right?
Is there a regular program, or is it kind of free form?
So we have several different programs that run throughout the day. We have different rooms throughout the building. So like every club has a game room and a gym. We have a STEAM room where they can do like science projects, art projects, different things. We have a
STEAM meaning,
science, technology,
Engineering, arts, and
and
math.
mathematics.
okay, I was picturing a sauna or something.
Yeah, I mean, not a STEAM, yeah. Lose some weight. A learning center where it's like education-based activities or activities based on emotional stability and support, things like that. And in our tech centers, where we do education games and different things. And we also have targeted programs, which are more specific, like Torch Club Keystone, which they are more community service led based. The kids run those programs. They're leadership programs. They have to do community service. They get to go on cool field trips and stuff like that. And we have Smart Moves, Passport, just different programs that they can get involved in.
Passport, what's that?
Passport to Manhood and Smart Girls are geared toward girls and boys, just to help them like changes through life, puberty, just tasks that they might need to learn. Like Passport, they've done things where they've gone and learned how to change a tire, life skills. just
Okay.
Different things like
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Next time I have a nail in my tire, I'm going to stop by.
Yeah,
okay?
stop by. I would double check it, but you can stop by.
Yeah. I mean, you asked a question before what age groups that we serve,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So kindergarten through, or age 6 through 18, we group the kids by age.
Okay.
And yes, each one of those groups will have a set rotation throughout the club during their time there, so that they get exposure to the STEAM room or to the gym or the playground. So it's not a free for all.
Okay.
The kids go from they stay with their group, and then they go from activity to activity, right? So
And our ratio is 1 to 20, so.
as a maximum, yeah.
Okay. So meals, man, snacks, meals, all kinds of things. How do you get money for all that food?
We are a USDA sponsor, so it's a federal grant. It's the same grant that funds, that helps supplement the feeding program in the school districts, right? So
Okay.
same exact type of thing. Our clubs qualify as what they call at-risk site, which means that we get reimbursed for every single meal that we serve. It's very strict in terms of, I mean, it's a federal grant, right? So we want to make sure that we're doing it appropriately. We keep track of the meals that we serve, and then at the end of the month, we submit for reimbursement back to the federal government. Without that grant, there would be no way for us I mean, the food is expensive. Mm-hmm. It's very expensive. I mean, it adds up very, very quickly. When you think, last year we served over 225,000 meals and snacks throughout the year. You do the math. I mean, it gets up there very quickly.
And they all meet USDA requirements, so they're healthier meal options. They have to meet certain guidelines.
Was there a kitchen there? I don't remember seeing a kitchen.
Yeah, there is it's a very small kitchen in there, yes.
Okay.
The meals come to us. We have a partnership with, it's called Food for Good. It's a division of PepsiCo. Mm-hmm. They send us twice a week, I think they deliver meals in to us, and they come in prepackaged, right? And so they come into our Bentonville location, and then we have a team that distributes those out to the various different locations we have, including Bella Vista.
Okay. Do you have those situations, I would guess, like in some of the schools where that may be the only meals that those children have?
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's what made us start the program, is realizing that this could be the only meal that they have in there with us for so long. So
Yeah.
kids can't learn if they are hungry.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Feeding is a huge part of our program.
Do you have, I think I asked you this, but let's just say, do you stay in close communication with the parent? Let's just say if there's a child that you see that's having a lot of trouble, do you?
So yeah, our unit directors that oversee our facilities, I like to call our unit directors kind of like principals of their own building. How's a good relation? So they build those relationships with the parents, and that really helps. So like a parent can come in and be like, hey, so-and-so's had a bad morning, more aware, or, if they're struggling in school, or if they have different things.
Yeah.
So yeah, they really work on those relationships to help make everyone have a safe and feel safe environment.
What's your favorite part of the job, Matt?
Seeing the kids.
Yeah.
When you see the kids come in to the club every day, whether that's after school or in the morning, you give them a high five and you go in and it's just being with them is what fills your bucket, right? So there are days where you walk through and you can tell by the look on their face that something's not right? Whether they're crying or whatever, and you sit down and we have a process where we get down to their eye level, right? We get down either on our knees or we sit down and we look at them, and you can say like, what's going on? How was your day at school? And anything could have happened. Something happened on the bus that day or whatever, but knowing they develop such a relationship with our staff. They come to trust our staff, and many of them find, quote, their person, and they become a brother or a sister or aunt or uncle or whatever it is, and they learn to trust that person. And it becomes a mentor relationship. And when you see that happen, and we have a program called Youth of the Year, where there's a competition with our teenagers where they go through they write a bunch of essays, they go through a very rigorous process, they get interviewed. And every single one of our applicants, when they write the essays about the impact that the club has had on them, every single one talks about a particular staff member.
Someone,
Is that right?
always.
I saw the picture. I can't remember.
Holden.
Holden? He's your poster boy, poster child, whatever.
He actually won our Youth of the Year, not this current year, but the 2022, and he was from our Bella Vista Club.
Yeah, yeah. And tell me about the wall, too. You have, is that of the year, or is that of the month, or what is that?
That Celebrate magazine cover?
Yeah.
So, March, is it March, April?
It's the April issue.
April issue. Our Youth of the Year is always the cover of Celebrate magazine.
Cool.
And then they blow that one up, and they get to hang it at their whichever club they won from is where it hangs. So.
Okay.
Yeah, Celebrate Arkansas is a fantastic partner. They're extremely, they're just generous to help the club, and that cover has been a tradition in the past, and so we greatly value their support of the club. And in that particular edition, or the April issue, the advertisers, if they identify saying that they want to support the club, a certain portion of the revenues from that advertising issue comes back to the club. And so Celebrate Arkansas is incredible.
And I know you hate your job, but if you didn't, what makes you happy?
I think over the years, obviously the kids is a big part. Matt, nailed that on the head. But for me also now, it's a position I'm in. Seeing the staff that grew up in the club as club kids, wanting to be staff and give back to the kids because the club meant so much to them, is it's nice to see because it knows we're doing something right.
Yeah.
They're wanting to come back and be that impact for somebody because someone ahead of them was that impact for them. So.
Gotcha. Well, I think even though we're all volunteer here at the community TV station, my favorite part is meeting people like you. You guys have been across the street now forever, and
17 years.
I was just pretty much intimidated. I wonder what goes on over there,
Kids can be intimidating.
Yeah, but we were talking a little earlier. There's always opportunity to give donations of money, but also talk about some in-kind donations that folks could do in the community to help you.
Sure. Before I answer that, though, I think your experience, what you said, you've driven by that club how many times? And
Every time I go to a city council meeting.
So our main is where the administrative office is, and our Bentonville location is right there on Central Avenue. I mean, it's people see Boys and Girls Club when they drive by, and we hear this all the time. People are like, I see that, and I know the name Boys and Girls Club, but I have no idea what you do. And so that's one of the reasons why we love doing things like this, because I think once people understand what we do and the impact that we have and the families that we serve and how many kids we serve, they're like, oh, I had no idea.
Yeah.
So we couldn't do, or we can't do what we do without the support of the community. Last year, our revenue was around $3 million, of which we had to go and get funding for about 2.3 to 2.4 million of that. And that came from the community. It was via grants, individual donations, corporate sponsorships, et cetera. And so the community, we rely on community support to be able to do what we do. So you mentioned in-kind donations.
Yes.
And things. People call us all the time, like, hey, I have board games, or I have
art supplies,
or it spans the gamut. We love taking those types of donations. We've even had people donate like video game consoles for the kids to play on,
pool tables.
Pool
Really?
tables, yes,
Yeah.
foosball tables, those types of things. So that just helps us cut down on our expenses, right?
Sure.
We go through a ton of basketballs and kickballs and soccer balls, especially. We go through a lot all the time.
Yeah. They were playing a game in the gym the other day. What was that called?
Oh, they were doing a tag game, Fire in
Yeah.
the Jungle.
Fire in the Jungle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Run out that energy.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Okay, so we've got just a few minutes left. What else would you like to say to Bella Vista, to we hope more than just Bella Vista watches
Sure.
this, but what would you like to leave as your message today?
Wow. The impact that we have, not just on the Bella Vista community, but all of Benton County. Is the youth that we serve are going to be, the youth are the future of our country. We take pride in what we do. And if these kids, if we do our job right and help these kids be better students in school, we help them learn about themselves and how to take care of their bodies, if we help them become better citizens, it's a ripple effect. And the things that we teach them are going to keep these kids out of trouble. It helps them with job placement skills. It does all of these things. And that's hard to measure. It really is. It's hard to measure the impact that we have on a kid when they're 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, and then the impact that it has when they're 18 and 19. There is a statistic, that's a hard word, across the country. Boys and Girls Club of America has done a lot of research on this, and half of the alumni from Boys and Girls Clubs around the country said that the club saved their life.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
And so when you think about that, we are blessed in this community, not just Bella Vista, but Benton County in general.
Northwest Arkansas.
Northwest
Yeah.
Arkansas. We are blessed to live in an amazing community. But not every community is like Northwest Arkansas.
No.
And so these clubs help these kids all around the country. But what I will say is that the need in Northwest Arkansas, you may not see it, but it's there. There are families and kids who are struggling to make ends meet, and they are doing everything that they possibly can. That's the reason why they reach out to the club, because they need the extra help.
Gotcha.
And so we're just, you asked, that's why we come in and do our job every day, is because of the impact we have in the kids, and hopefully we'll continue to do this for a long time.
Yeah. See, aren't you glad you came today?
Yeah, I am.
We had to just oh, come on, you can do this. So seriously, you have any not final words as in, but
I'm done.
message.
I agree with Matt, just teaching the kids, no matter what you can do, you're making a difference and do it with a purpose, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do what you love.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for
Again,
having
I've
us.
met amazing people today, and it's just the most fun. Why did I work all those years? When I
No,
could be doing fun
no
things
kidding.
like this. So.
Well,
All
thank you
right.
for having
Yeah,
us.
thanks.
You bet. And in future, if there's something new happening, anything you'd like us to, let people know, just let me know.
Will do.
You can always join us as well, and we will do our best to get your message out.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bella Vista. Until next time, when we talk about yet another subject, we'll see you then.